Life path number 5. Johnny 5 is alive. We are alive, number 5. We are here on the other side. We are here on the other side to do number 5. All right, number 5. So life path number 5, but this will also relate to your healing, personal healing year number. Okay, so if you know how to find your life path number, you basically just change the year that you were born. For me, that would be 1976. So I would take that out and I would add this year, which would for me at this point now would be 2019. But because we are nearly at the end of the year, I have learnt so much about being a 5. Okay, so we will go into this, but life path, if you don't know how to do it, I think Holly or one of my moderators will put it in the description for you to find. But how you pretty much do it, I don't want to show you this because I think it might be in reverse. I know, I'm seeing it backwards. So learning to read backwards. So pretty much me, the 3rd of March, 8th of March, so that would be 0803. So you take out the 0. 8 plus 3 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 6, because that's 1976, okay? So 8 plus 3 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 6 equals 34, okay? Then you reduce that down, 3 plus 4 equals 7, okay? And that's how I come up with my life path number, 7, okay? So that's how I would do mine. So how to find your personal year number, I think we went through that, right? Which is that you take out 1976 and you just add in 2019, okay? For me, that would be 5, okay? So I'm with you guys. 5. 5's alive. Alive, she cried. Could be something to do with the awakening of Frankenstein. Frankenstein, alive, she cried from the other side, right? But that, for me, would be 5. But you can also then start to do all kinds of stuff. But you can find out your personality number. For me, that's 3, because mine is March. The month that I was born was March, so my personality trait of my whole life would be 3. Okay, so you don't really have to relate those to tarot. You can look them up on personality numbers. But me, that would be trust, someone that's very caring, sharing and giving, equality, all that kind of stuff, but could be very shy, also a little bit inward. But trust is like you give shyness, but then when you open up and you give that trust to somebody, if they was to break that and be very nasty, you wouldn't get that trust back. That's the personality trait of a year number, month number 3, okay? But saying all that aside, if I now mess this up, I've got to do all that again. I can't betray to people's feelings because I don't believe in feelings. It's the thoughts. The thoughts that you're putting out is the thoughts that I'm picking up through here, okay? It's not feelings. Your feelings are your thoughts, and your thoughts is what I'm going to pick up through this card, okay? Possible. And that doesn't eat it because it's general as well. So let's see. So life path number 5. What's going on with life path number 5? Feeling alive is what I'm picking up, number 5. There you go. So there's Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces, right? So you might have this in your chart, but this is, someone else had this right here, another life path number, okay? So aligning yourself with elevation, elevation of the soul. The soul is elevated from here, from the heart chakra. Okay, so balancing out your emotions. So if you're on a path at the moment where your emotions are completely out of control, you'll be learning about that very much through your life path, okay? But then you could also relate this to your healing year number. So you would be healing your heart chakra and healing things of alignment through here, through elevation. So your soul is elevated. Your soul is what has an agreement stamped on it. But I'll do videos about that over on tier 2. But this is elevation of one's emotions, wandering in hopeless night, wondering about my emotions, wandering and stirring up feelings. You're either stirring up feelings and they're causing chaos, or they're not, okay? Chaos and 2 lunar eclipse is what I heard. Of course, Pisces full moon, right? Is very soon, Pisces full moon, okay? But I picked up lunar eclipse. I'm really not up to date with my astrology, so I'm not sure, but lunar, Venus loon. You might be a Venus loon, so you might have water in your Venus sign, okay? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in Venus, but I just picked up Venus loon, which is a T-Rex song, okay? So then this is how I start the channel, so you have to give me a little bit of time. I need a little time to work it out. I need a little time to stable out. Stable out. Some of you could be mucking out, getting the muck out is what I hear. Mucking out. clearing house, clearing things, clearing your heart chakra, clearing your alignment of you from your head chakra, from your crown chakra to your base chakra, and feeling like feeling like you know, I feel alive. Someone's awakening your feelings and your emotions, or you're finding center within your own stable emotions, being grounded by stabling them. Okay, so life path number 5. What's the energy around life path number 5 at the moment? I keep hearing Johnny Five's alive. They're alive. I'm alive. I feel alive. Life path number 5. What's happening around life path number 5? Please, the energy around life path number 5. Thank you. So there you go. Wow. Someone had this in cross comparison here the other way around. That was the last one, life path number 4. Okay, so you might have something to do with 4. Okay, but you can also represent them. You see, when I add these up, 7, 5, it comes to, you can deduct all things down. But feeling very stable, feeling very grounded. Now you could obviously, we could switch this, and you could be interested in a water sign, earth sign. Okay, but this is what I'm saying for your life path at the moment, and your healing number, your healing, your grounding, your base chakra, you're healing that and feeling much grounded and stable within your emotions completely as a life path. Okay, as also a healing, because you're healing family stuff also very much. So family stuff only gets healed when it gets dramatic. When it's dramatic, you know that something needs healing, right? Because the band-aid gets ripped off and you're like, fuck, I have to do that again, bruv. Right? So you're healing family issues, but you're healing money issues. So you're healing and you're feeling, and your feelings are what you're hearing. And if you're hearing things that are very good for you, okay, you're starting to attract things to your human nature. Your human nature. Okay, there's also a song by Michael Jackson, right? Human Nature. But some of you could be facing away from a water sign and earth sign, because they are back to back. It's like evens, odds and evens, odds and evens. We're also weighing up your bank account of odds and evens, so that could also relate to a 6. Okay, 6 of pentacles, odds and evens. Some of you could be betting. It's a sure bet that this person could well be a stable person for me, but it's a sure bet that someone else might feel no, they're not. You know, so it might also mean that there's a sure bet, the fact that you might be gambling. Okay, so it might be a Capricorn, it's just because I relate that to the devil, but a sure bet that I am turned my back on things that are not good for my emotions and my feelings, and that there's a sure bet that I don't involve my feelings with my work. I don't involve, it's an evolution of evolving is what I'm picking up, evolving and grounding yourself. But I'm picking up the bet as well, is that someone's seeking you out as a sure bet. But there's either a sure bet that I'm not going to get involved with. Someone here is thinking I'm not going to get involved with someone that turns their back on me, kind of feeling like I've turned my back on this. We're going to have to see, because I don't know what. Well, yeah, there you go, 7 of Swords. Okay, so this is also the master plan. The master plan. Some of you are seeing things as devious, okay, but some of you are not. 7 is a very good card when you learn about your life path, right? Because you can have very good ideas that draw the attention towards you, okay? So you use it as a tool to realize of leaving the past behind and coming up with a new master plan that's going to draw in abundance, okay? Now, some of you are running towards, or they are you, an earth sign, okay? So then you hit 3. Then you hit 3. You hit a milestone in your life. It's either a hit or a miss. A hit or a miss. Some of you are gambling. Some of you are a gambling man, okay? And it's either a hit or it's a miss. It's a shall I or shan't I, do I or don't I. It's a period of where art thou? Where art thou? Searching, soul searching. soul searching. There's a journey that you're going on or you want to go on, but you don't want to be intervened with people that are keeping your mind where people don't trust you. If you don't trust them, then you can't trust yourself, and there would be no point unless you have to. But you don't have to do all these things in life, people. When people are saying, oh, it's your karma, you have to let them play it out, you can play that karma out for as long as you like until you start using tools correctly to stop that process happening. But people will only reach out for a Skype call or anything in life and until they're prepared to stop the game of life. And to stop that happening, there are processes in life that you need to understand of how to use this card very wisely, so you don't self-deceive yourself, that you turn every card around that works more in your favor. Okay, so there are milestones in life that we hit where we realize about your life path, or where you realize about yourself, because it always talks about yourself, of what it is that you're thinking that you're attracting. You're attracting something in, okay, that you're waiting to come into fruition. Now, this can be an energy that's felt, where people are devious, but it's still on a path of discovery. If you know them and you're actually around them and you're saying, yeah, they're very devious, then you know. If not, this is an energy that's felt of two things, or three. A plan of action, okay? Of 3 is actually the magical number, okay, when you start to live presently, okay? So your intentions. Everything comes as a thought, not a feeling. Everything comes as a thought, as a feeling. If you don't trust people in life, okay, and you're with them and you don't trust them, then why are you doing it? Because it means that you're drawing the attention back to yourself to not trust them, they don't trust you, and you become stuck in a game of halves of wandering, okay? So you can also then turn this around of where, if you don't, it's a feeling of a plan of action, okay, of where you're learning to trust oneself, of being calm before the storm. There's always a calm before the storm, okay? Storm in a teacup. The water in the background here is very calm, okay? That's why he's looking out to say, which direction is it that I actually want to go? Because I know I've got one, okay? So I've got a plan. I've took the plan of action, and I'm now going ahead on it. Because what I've left behind are people that keep me stuck, keep me waiting, keep me wandering, okay, keep me stuck and trapped in my feelings and my emotions. People that might take my money or want to might take away my freedom. This is freedom of speech, okay, because these are messages that I've been waiting to receive or given. So freedom of speech, freedom of financial freedom, feelings, financial freedom. You might discovering that there might be people around you that could be family members that you don't trust, okay? It might not be trust, it might just be a bank of trust, okay? Which is that you're your own man or you're your own woman, and that you don't trust anybody but yourself, which is a very good progression of soul growth, okay, or healing, because you're healing family issues of becoming independent and not codependent. But some of you could be on that path of codependency, of learning a certain structure that is imprinted on your soul to know how many times is it that you want to keep doing it. If you don't trust people, then the only person you're drawing attention to yourself is as people that don't trust you. If you don't trust them, they don't trust you, and you get in a game of waiting for things to calm down, okay? But when you start a process that could be taught, then you can then use moon and all that kind of stuff in the right manner, okay, in the right manner. So I don't know why that was in reverse, but then you come to the 7, which is waiting. Someone is waiting on an investment that they've put a good idea and a plan of action into, and they're waiting for it to all come into fruition of like, okay, well, I've got 3 different ideas that I can use, okay? So someone could be a self-made man or woman, okay? Karma is not a bitch, it is a woman of mankind. Treat yourself kind, don't treat yourself unkind, okay? So we're going to that, but 14:44 on the clock. So a plan of action to do with work, which means that you might want to work or do work for yourself. 7 will still mean working on oneself, working on trust issues, working on who it is that you want in your field or aura of seeds that you are planting to work for oneself. So there might be a want or a need of a plan of action that you're thinking, I could really do that. Okay, so you put out seeds of intention through the head. These are not seeds that you plant in a field, because you sow the seeds of love. Okay, so you put that in the thought process and you start to come up with ideas. The idea of 3. Okay, the idea. So you've got a plan of action. You're putting ideas in motion, and the forward motion is that you're also waiting for this to all come into abundance also, where is a plan. I'm picking that up as a plan of action. Now 7 can be anybody around you that you don't trust. Okay, that you don't trust. It's learning to trust oneself, to be independent, not codependent. 15:55 on the clock. 555. But learning to trust oneself with money, with your feelings, with your emotions, a waiting period of time. But some of you are really waiting on something, but whatever that is, we don't know yet. A king can be a king or a queen, because you've got a king or a queen. It could be a good balance of your feminine and masculine quality, of where you're a good, stable person, and that you've understood this, and this is all the things that you're leaving behind. Okay, because you're leaving a thought process behind. The 7 is running from a thought process. Okay, it's also running from people that have conflict. But we're always going to have ego, so there's always going to be a clash of ego, no matter who you run into in life. Okay, so you might be running into someone that offers you more of an emotional, stable value of money and emotions that can give you that both. So what you're leaving behind is someone that's been keeping you waiting on something. For some of you, if it's to do with love, you're leaving that behind, because the 5 is still part of the 7, okay, which is working on things, okay, building and working on the relationship to turn the 5 around. Okay, so some of you are on different paths. You've turned this around. There's a turnaround and a turnover. It's waiting on a turnover. Thank you, Spirit. Some of you are waiting to be turned over. I don't know why, but some of you are waiting on a turnover, meaning the investment of oneself. You've got 2 7s, which means, okay, so where am I on my life path? Where am I on my spiritual journey of healing? Where am I? Okay, am I really here? Okay, am I really here? Or am I going to disappear? I really want to go and travel to see somebody, or they do me, but there's an investment that you're waiting on to receive. Some of you are waiting to receive money from somebody before you can take more of a plan of action of what it is that you want to do. So you might just want that back from someone that's took it from you, and that when you get it, you're going to go and meet your person, which could be any sign. Okay, that it depends on how this 7 is perceived or deceived. Is it perceived energy that someone's believing that that's happening, but do they know? Okay, because that can also be self-deceit of mind control, of not understanding whether that really is happening or not. And what you don't want to do is leave yourself out in the cold and the fade of life altogether through not trusting oneself. Okay, so when you learn to trust oneself, there could be an energy around you where you've made that plan of action, and what you're concentrated more on and drawing the attention to is yourself, of your own path, your discovery of your path. Okay, so then there's investment. Some of you are waiting on this investment because that's checks and balances. Okay, where am I? Where am I out here? Where is it that I belong in life? Do I belong where I actually am, or do I belong somewhere else? Okay. Okay, sorry about, I know you see the devil appearing. Okay, but that's way too many cards for me to take. I don't want to get that many cards out. Okay, so there you go. Brilliant cards, because you're moving forward. The plan of action starts to come into fruition. Okay, these are people that you guide, that you follow, or attention that you're drawing to oneself. Now, some of you are drawing in the wrong kind of attraction, and you're drawing in the wrong signals of what you're putting out. Okay, so in life, in general, if you're a person that puts things on, well, you're putting them out there. So if you're putting them out there on social media of hatred, that you're blaming someone else for something, if you're actually writing that as a statement down on people's channels, then you're writing that as a statement that you're still in it, okay? Because you're putting that out. That's your thought process, that you don't trust someone. So if you're still intervening with them, who is it that you don't really trust? Okay, so there's a period of that for some people, because this is Carry On Regardless. It used to be a TV show, Carry On Regardless. I can't quite remember how it used to go, but go is like go, just go. This is like go. I'm on my mark, on your marks, get set, go. Right? Some of you could be at a sports day or a sports field, or you're playing the field, or you're playing the field. Some of the other people could be playing the field and you're seeing them as non-trustworthy because they're playing the field, okay? But some of you might be single to play the field, okay? But there's a test. There is a test. Because these are all tests of time, okay? Sevens. They're the test of time. The test of reality. Which is 9. Which is courage to continue to move forward on your spiritual journey, on your spiritual path, and either, for some of you, getting the attention of a reward for the energy and effort that you've put into yourselves, okay? Or if you're on the other side of the scale for your karma of your soul's journey, okay, or your life healing number, and if that's been very stressful for you, then you need to learn a right process of how to really process that through the mind to turn that more in your favor of understanding what they really mean, okay? But we learn that, we heal through that, through the healing year, because that's why it's there for. At the beginning of the year, you can get fucked over in many ways being a healing year number 5, because you will have a lot of ego to deal with within yourself, okay? Which will mean that you would have met your match of a reflection that deceived you and you deceived them and you fucked it up. But you were supposed to, because it would have been karmic. Okay, so a healing year number, you would have ran into many of decisions that you would have needed to make. Okay, because there's a line that was crossed and drawn that you decided to move away from. This is a moving out, moving away, or moving away from the energy. Okay. But you would have healed through that by now. That's why this is a moving away. So if this is your life path number around you at the moment is somebody that's trying to escape something. They're trying to escape. A plan of action of escape. Now that is literally that someone doesn't trust you, or you just don't trust them that's around your field. Okay, your field, playing the field. So you don't trust them. If that's a loving partnership that you're in, you might not trust them because you might see them as someone that's playing the field. Okay, that gets all this attention, that keeps you waiting on a message from them to actually come back to you. To me, to you, to me, to you. Seal it with a loving kiss of respect of 9, which means courage. Courage. You know, to find courage, you have to face it as an action, because these are action cards. Courage is something that is constantly needed to be faced to understand and feel what courage literally is. If you don't have courage to actually move and get away from people that are literally deceiving you, then there's a process that you go through. Life path number 5. So you've got interests investments into people or ideas of people that would be better for you out there, which can be any of these signs. Because this person here, regardless, at the moment, is a very stable person because they have good stable emotions and good stable backing of being a good father or mother figure, father and mother, okay? You can just relate this to yourself, okay? But that's what you're running to, okay? Just because this person isn't looking where they're going, okay, they're running from something to something, okay? So it's a plan to get away from something, towards oneself, to concentrate on one's emotions and your feelings and your thoughts, to stabilize everything of your energy field, okay, your energy field. You don't have to visualize this as a person. You can only do that within your energy when you learn, okay? That you feel energy very deeply, so you understand that you're going towards something more stable. You're leaving the past behind of waiting, and you're actually moving away from that energy and feeling good about it. That's if you feel really good about it, okay? Because that's a reward. The 6 is a reward for effort that you're putting into yourselves. But there will be someone that watches this that says, no, they're fucking sneaky, and that you do have like a monster in your pocket. But that's not for everybody. But that depends on the intent that you're putting out. You see, your thoughts. Because someone is keeping someone waiting for money, for an investment. Someone doesn't trust someone about the investments and money that they have, but they might be well within their rights to keep that as a secret because it's personal to people, okay? What people own and what people do have and don't have, okay? So you might be on the ticket to ride, to understanding that what's mine is mine, you know? What's mine is mine. It takes time to build up. It takes time to put the energy and effort into my calling, 7, into what I'm aligned with, and I know that I'm aligned with this thing. So what I don't need people doing is taking my ideas, stealing money, keeping me waiting, keeping me wondering of like, oh, is it them, is it you, is it them, is it you? That kind of feeling is also around. So we want one more card, please. Because we're travelling through time of 7, you see. 7. You do see some people around you, that could be anybody, that you don't want to give them what it is that you have of your energy anymore. You don't want to freely give that away. There's an energy of distrust in the air. I just picked up the 3 of Cups start to fly over, so some of you might be wanting to go to a party, or you might be going out to a party. Wow, I'm taking that card. So 10. There's the investment. There's the investment. Okay. 7 and 1 is 8. So that's building, working, spiritual growth, spiritual path, listening to oneself, very much so. Abundance, drawing in the attention back to yourselves, okay, that you either feel more stable or you feel more relaxed at home. Okay, some of you could actually own stables and horses. Stables and horses, okay, because this is like a stable and a barn. Okay, a barnyard. Barnyard is what I'm picking up. Some of you might like barns or barnyard animals, or barn owls. Barn owls. Like, goo-goo. some of you, this is a sure bet, and that could be the track and field. Track and field is what I picked up, like baseball or something like that, or track and field, runners. Some people are running for people. Well, some people are running for people out there. There are people that run from people, which means they earn money running. I hope that people know what running is. Selling and buying investments that can either be dodgy dealing or not, but ducking and diving, bruv. Wheeling and dealing. Wheeling and dealing. Stealers' wheels. Someone's trying to steal someone's wheels. Car, maybe. But steal wheels, stealing. Someone's trying to steal someone's investment or ideas. Or someone is trying to take, but you're not giving. Trying to take but not giving. So you see, credit. This is credit. Credit is where credit's due. You know, it's a bit like this idea that I come up with. I just came up with this idea, but your ideas are your own. You know, it's credit where credit is due. Also, you know, help and support also. But some of you are turning your back on that, and you're just like moving. You're moving. Some of you are moving to a new home. I'm getting different messages now. Some of you are moving to a new home or a different home, or you want to move to a different town or a different place. You just want to get out of home, and it's just where you're at the moment just seems like dull, and there's nothing really going on very much. So there might be periods of isolation, but there might be a very good opportunity to go out with friends and family at some point, or somebody, or to meet somebody. But this could be someone approaching you, you see, approaching you because they might see you or you them as a very stable person, okay? So that's what you're trying to get away from or go to. You're trying to get away from someone that's unstable, and you're trying to go towards someone that is stable, okay? That's still variables. But there is a sure bet. And I did pick that up with someone else's life path. The sure bet. The sure bet. Sandy Shores. The sure bet that this person could well keep you waiting for an investment, but it seems like that there's a winner here. There's someone that's going to get something. Payday. This could be the plan of action that's being planted as seeds, and you're just waiting now for the seeds to actually, as messages, to come through. Also spiritually, which is the 8, the ideas coming through that are drawing in abundance. So there's some work that I did that Mama Jamma, one of my moderators, just had a Skype call, and we done some fantastic work. She had a 2-hour Skype call, so I do offer this as well. And then part of that did go on as well, longer than 2 hours. But we also done a spread after a good chat and talk that I channeled loads of messages for her, and then give her the reading. And I found her soul's purpose. We dug out the soul's purpose. We figured out what that was. And it related so much afterwards to the tarot reading that she was watching me do as well. So I do offer that for people. But there was some good work done there. But yeah, there is that approach, you see, that approach, which is bringing in abundance, you see. So the idea of that is something that we worked through, that I gave the tools to use for that, okay? Because that works off law of attraction. My idea of law of attraction is completely different to other people's, okay? It really is. But that is going to be on tier 2 of what that really, really is, okay? But we'll see, because this is a gift. You see, you're blessed with a gift of something. So whatever that is, you're going to be gifted it, or your gift is your idea of what you're going head on, okay? You're going head on, head on. So hopefully it's not a disaster of a car crash. Dear, I don't know where that came from. If that's a relationship. the Krypton factor as facts, figures and ideas that are being thrown around. Facts and ideas. Some of you could be faxing stuff to people, solicitors, lawyers, all that kind of stuff, and you're waiting on a response from them. Someone's waiting for you to respond in a certain way. They might be trying to push your button and they wait for you to respond to them, but you're just like, I'm going out. I'm coming out. Okay, so we are now going to clarify all these and see what all this stuff is. Okay, because they do change. There was a really good reading for someone that I done, and it was great here. And then when we got on the other side, it completely and utterly turned around. It really did. Okay, so we're only going to find out what this really means when we start going over lessons and what it is. Okay, so that is only over on Patreon at the moment. I've got another set of readings that I have slight idea for, but I'm not sure yet. If you want to look on the discussion page and put in your idea that you might want, but I really don't know if I'm going to do astrology readings. Because why? Because there's a process that you need to use for a start, which is the Skype calls, to make magic, which is natural magic, that works for you very, very, very well. But there would be no point in doing like a moon, what's happening within the moon, because that's just the same as me doing your star sign. In order for all that to really work, you've got to have the preparation work that's done on yourself first before that really starts to happen for you. There's a big process that should happen first that you do to prepare your soul and yourself for it, because there's milestones of stuff that you need to reach in life first before you learn to let all that work more in your favor. Okay, so that is the Skype call that I do offer. So if you are interested in that, that is below. But this reading will be over on Patreon, Tier 1 and Tier 2. Everything is discussed below that you can find out. Things will start to appear, and there's also personal readings and stuff like that that you can reach out for. Okay, all right, guys, life path number 5. Keep that spirit alive. Me, Dave, and Alice. Alice is now said that I want to be heard. She wants to be known. She's given me some very good ideas at the moment. So me and Alice have been talking. They are my spirit guides. Okay, so we are out, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, guys, peace.